mean, I, of all people, don't think that's a simple problem. In fact, the main reason I came to talk with you when Ted first talked to me, you know, I work on how do you bring about systemic change. And to me, we're only beginning to develop new tools to be able to do that. We don't know how to tell the right kinds of stories. We don't know how to figure out how to speak with a single voice. We talked about this at lunch. If you ask, why do the astronomers been so much more effective than any other science, by the way, in terms of getting the funding what they want? It's because they speak with a single voice. And it's interesting what are the social processes that they use in order to make that happen. By the way, same with the internet in terms of request for conversation, if you go back 40 years. And so I think that we got to step back and realize we need to tell a new kind of story. We got to tell a story in a new way. And I think that there's going to be a fair amount of reception for that. And you know, as we were talking about at lunch as well, when I hear about the economic crisis facing this country, I say, guys, why do you think that's a tough problem? I shouldn't have said that to Larry, Larry Summers, but you know, we could save so much money if we can move our society from sickness to wellness. It's ridiculous. And you folks here know this a hell of a lot deeper than I do. And so I think we have kind of a common mission here. To be able to do that. And I think we have the economic arguments to show it. We got a lot of embedded interests that we have to work against. And the purpose of particularly my group at Deloitte is looking at how to shift major corporations into kind of new points of view in terms of what are the opportunities. We talk about fear, but we don't talk about the opportunities. We don't really talk about how might you build new organizational architectures that unleash creativity and imagination, blah, blah, blah. But I think you'll find, you know, Washington more open to this. I think actually, well, let me stop there. I get in a lot of trouble.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I think we just have time for one more question. So, and then John will be around if you have other people have questions for him.
Just to sort of expand on that last question, you come from private industry, and in private industry, you're free from regulation. And medicine is greatly hobbled by regulation. How do you think we can begin the process of deregulation of medicine?
By the way, I wouldn't minimize the regulation impacts on private industry either. It may be less severe than what you have to put up with, but it's not that different a world. Why did I get engaged in transmedia, quite honestly? I wanted to see at scale, could we end up using much more powerful tools to envision, to engage in world building that might actually get people to see things differently. Now we're embryonic at that, and you know, check in a year or two, but I mean, I think we got to figure out new ways to engage. And this is the idea of how do you do what I'm going to call, you know, cognitive participation, I can't speak, and what are the new tools that we actually can use to do this? If you work with these kids that I work with that, you know, are not, I mean, if you ever see the movie Wired, I mean, these are tough kids. You walk the other side of the street if you saw them coming. Yet, if you hear their stories and know how to couple into their thinking, you can do amazing things. Okay? I don't think we think about that very effectively all the way up and down in organizations or in politics. Now, of course, our current politics, the idea of listening is a bizarre notion, so we do have other problems.
Thank you.
Okay, once again, let me thank John for a great talk, and next session's coming soon. Thanks a lot, that was great. Yeah, I can imagine. Anyways, I need to run to a session myself.
I know. Go ahead.
Thanks.